Hey, welcome in to the OKS Youth Ministry Podcast, where three of the OKS Youth Ministers talk about youth ministry. I'm Michael Deese, and I am joined by no one this morning. It's just me. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Last year, during the M2Y conference, we were able to sit down with Jerry Elder, and it was a really good conversation, and we definitely recommend going to the M2Y conference this year. We will be there. We should have a booth set up and everything. It'll be really good. So I'll let us listen to Jerry Elder, and I'm sorry about the audio. No matter what I did, I could not get the audio to raise the volume of his voice, and so you may have to mess with the volume control a little bit. But I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.
All right, so we are here at the M2Y conference, the Ministry and Youth Conference, and we are here with Jerry Elder, the Jerry Elder, youth ministry connoisseur, the man, the myth, the legend, Jerry Elder.
The veteran.
He's
and
a veteran. That's
and
right.
We're planning on this coming out on Veterans Day.
Yeah, he's definitely a veteran. That's right.
There you go. That works.
But yeah, we're here with Jerry Elder, and we had just a few questions we wanted to talk to him about. So,
Jerry, first, how long have you been in youth ministry? When
Say
did
that
you
again.
start?
Say that again. I'm really old.
Yeah, that's right. what year did you start?
I always tell people I started full time 1983, and so. But before that, there were these two periods of what you guys would have called internships.
Sure.
But there was no such thing as internships.
Ah.
You went and you was a summer youth minister at congregation. So I did one in Oxford, Alabama, and I did one in Evansville, Indiana. And so
Awesome.
Okay, real quick, Hunter, what year were you born?
1995.
Okay, 1995.
How old was Moses when you?
No, okay, get it right. Shem, Ham, and Jacob were in my youth group. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
You thought I was old.
Well, we've had we've seen so many different transitions. I've only been doing youth ministry. I mean, I say only compared to you. You know, I've been doing it for about 15 years and about 12 years full time. And we have seen shifts and changes and things in the things that we've been doing. And I'm curious, what are some of the changes that you've seen in youth ministry over 42 years?
42 years.
42 years.
42 years. All right. The biggest change overall is the whole concept of how things work. Okay, paper. I mean, all right. Let's think songbooks. You printed out a youth songbook, and you carried that along with you. Then you went to overhead projector. And you use transparencies,
Right.
which I do have my transparencies.
Oh,
still.
man, that's
One of
awesome.
these days we're going to go off the grid, and
That's really cool.
and I'm serious. I had like 300 songs on transparencies, and then from transparencies to digital format, which means you went with projector to screen, and now that it's all laptop to AirDrop to your TV screens in your rooms,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So the biggest part of that is the digital format that's come into the world. But okay. So 1983, no computers in our offices. I mean, the first computer I was given purchased was an IBM 8088 that had a 20 meg hard drive, and it was all I would ever need. I'm carrying a 25 gig in my pocket right now.
Right. Yeah.
That's like literally a thumbnail. And so, but, I mean, those type of changes has happened. That as far as the technology wise goes, same thing. Cell phones.
Yeah.
All right. Landline phone tree, cell phone that only called.
Oh.
Think about that. Cell phone that only called.
Yeah.
Cell phone text. Cell phone iPhone.
Yeah.
And so I've seen all of that change take place. I've got the Zach Morris Saved by the Bell brick phone.
Sure.
Yeah.
And,
So wait, before we go on, explain to our audience who Zach Morris is.
So none of y'all would understand in your audience. There was this great TV program in that late 80s, 90s called Saved by the Bell.
No, so let me ask you this: for you personally, have you evolved with those things yourself, or have you found a good deacon or a good parent who could help with some of the more technology-driven things as they've become more and more, I guess, tech savvy or whatever? Or have you yourself kind of had to learn it and use it?
So so I didn't have computer classes in college, okay? So a lot of you guys go and take keyboards in third grade.
Right,
Seriously,
right.
keyboards in third grade.
That's
So
about
I had
right.
none of that. When computers first came out, I read the DOS manual and basic manual.
Awesome.
Those were programming. If people know computers, so that was the first basic. That's how I learned. I really learned a lot of it on myself. But if you really want to learn, you get one of your youth group members to say, "Hey, let me show you how this works."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm dead serious about it because I'm not. But I do a lot of it myself. I do a lot of it myself. I don't mind. I trial and error, but trial and error in YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean,
YouTube saves lives.
oh, I'm
I
telling
mean,
you,
it's
yes.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we have this podcast going, is because of YouTube.
But that's. I mean, it's. I'm not afraid to try anything.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to try anything. You know, there are certain areas of social media I'm not going to be on. And, you know,
Sure.
Of course, social media. That's the huge change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that.
I'm with you. I don't have a Snapchat. I don't have that
no,
at all. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: what has stayed the same?
Kids. Kids. Now,
So what do you mean by that?
okay.
What about them?
So, kids still want to learn. They still want to love.
Right.
They still want to have attention given to them. They want to be recognized. The things that they face in the world are different.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That-
is it that the things are different, or the way in which they encounter the things are different?
It's a little both.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. No, there's some stuff today that they encountered that
We didn't.
y'all didn't do it, and by all means, I didn't. I mean,
Right.
and there are things that they encounter. You guys, all right. The hot issue now is anxiety.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anxiety in my day in life was there, but they looked at it differently, and it's not the fact. And I would say probably 1 out of 100 would have anxiety issues.
Yeah.
And then you guys came along, and then it's more like 10 to 20 out of 100 that would deal. But again, the anxiety issues were not there. The kids today, they're dealing.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
50%.
Yeah.
50%. I work with some counselors, and the biggest issues that they deal with is anxiety among young people, and the one thing there's an answer to it. Okay, there is an answer. There's a biblical answer that brings peace, but there's another answer for learning how to cope. That's a word you guys don't even hear.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand when I say cope?
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle it? We don't teach them how to handle something right now.
Right. And just to kind of add on to that, it's a lot easier to just take out my phone and look at it than to deal with what I'm going through. And I do that.
Divert,
you know.
divert,
Yeah.
divert, rather than dealing with what's in front of them. And that's what I say. And you talk about the changes. It's and from what I'm seeing, we're just starting. We're just starting.
Yeah.
I think in the next 3 to 5 years, that's 3 to 5 years we're going to peak out. Yeah. And that after 5 years from now, I think we're going to see a decline. Now, I can't give you. Someone says why? I think our COVID years hurt us some.
Sure.
Definitely.
I do think though that I think we're going to get back into in our homes where we're going to learn to teach our children how to cope with things, and I think young people are going to learn how to cope too.
Yeah.
And they're not going to learn it on a YouTube channel. They're going to learn it back from their mamas and daddies.
Well, and that's something big that we've been talking about in the podcast is bringing the Bible back into the homes.
Right.
Yeah.
Sitting down, having Bible studies, having those tough conversations between parents and kids.
The question I would propose, and I would, anybody that's listening to this, how many of you are doing some form of prayer, some form of Bible study in your home? You guys in your next class, ask your class in your church.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about these are and we'll put it the quotation marks, your faithful kids.
Yeah.
Ask them. It's not happening.
Right.
It's not happening in the faithful homes, and it's not that may sound bad, but it's just the truth. We need more of it.
I agree.
We need more of it.
Let me ask one. What kind of changes have you seen from the parents specifically in your 40 years in youth ministry? Let's say kid gets in trouble on a trip. They do something stupid. You have to get on to them. You have to reprimand them in some way, and then you come back and you talk to mom and dad about it.
Yeah.
How has that changed from the time you started till now?
Well, let's see. In 1985, 1986, Greyhound bus lines would go anywhere in America for $69. and when we were on a youth group trip, my statement was, "You mess up on the youth group trip, I'm putting you on a bus home to mom and dad."
That's great.
Goes anywhere to America.
That's
and
great.
I would tell that to the parents. I have been extremely blessed in 42 years. I've always been blessed with good parents.
Yeah.
I've always been with hard-working parents, because I tell my parents, if you don't help me, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. We go to CYC. We'll take 100 something kids with us. I've got to have at least 20 something parents with me on that trip.
Yeah.
Literally, and here's the thing. Here's the cool thing about that is, and I'll be brief on it. Is, all of my parents take care of it. I get to minister. My job's to minister to the kids.
Yeah.
I get somebody takes care of my buses. Somebody takes care of the tickets. Somebody takes care of the food. Everybody's taking care of everything.
That's one of the things we talked about on our retreat episode was we try to always get a guest speaker for retreats, not because I don't want to teach or whatever,
Right.
but because I'm not worried about the retreat. I'm worried about ministering to the hearts of the
Right.
students that have
Right.
it. So,
Right.
Well, before we close out and finish out, I have one last thing, and this is something that here I am, and Jeremy too. I mean Hunter too. We've been doing youth ministry for a while, and when I'm looking around, finding people that are doing youth ministry that are my age, I'm 35, and I am not finding many people doing youth ministry at my age, and so I have watched many of my friends fellow ministers who have stepped away from ministry completely, or have become preachers. And so what is it that has kept you as a youth minister for this long? And what kind of wisdom can you give to us young guys, in how we can continue this even through the hard times or whatever? So.
Okay. So Jesus would return that question with a question.
Sure.
All right. Do you love your kids?
Oh, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Then why else would you want to do anything else? In 1983, when I went into this, youth ministry was relatively new. There were several of us around. But I didn't want to preach. Now, don't get me wrong. I can, and I do.
Sure.
I do.
Yeah.
I speak, I preach, I
Same
do all
here,
these
yeah.
things. But I want to let the light of Jesus shine in me somehow that affects the young person.
Yeah.
And being blessed with good parents that work with me, good deacons, and fantastic elders. Now that's another whole show for you.
Oh yeah.
But what keeps your drive going? First of all, youth ministry, it changes every 6 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different set of kids. If you go 6 through 12, something like that. But not for me. See, I go with children too. Now, I concentrate on that junior high school bunch. But I'm going to be with the babies. I'm going to be with the toddlers. But you know what else I'm going to do? On Wednesday, I'm going to go from our toddlers at our preschool, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds, where we're singing This Little Light of Mine and we're shaking that finger all around. I'm going to leave them at 9:30, and I'm going to go over here to the Bridge Retirement Home where there's 80 and 90-year-old people. I'm going to teach 30-minute Bible class for them. Why? It's God's people.
Yeah.
It helps me to love my kids even more. Your passion, where's your passion? I was talking to a youth minister today, and he's trying to make a decision whether to stay in youth ministry where he has been offered to go into a pulpit. And I told him, I said, no, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong either way.
I agree.
But where's your passion?
Yeah.
If you love your kids, stay with your kids. Ride the waves when they're rough, because I promise you there'll come a calm sea after the rough wave. I promise you.
Well, all right. I'm just.
That's a great way to end.
I know, man. I'm very thankful for you, Jerry. Thank you so much for talking to us. Do you have anything else that you want to say on the show before we close out? Nothing else?
Thanks for our opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being encouraging to me. Now, you asked another thing. Watching you guys keeps me going too. I'm dead serious. That and no sleep.
That's right.
Mountain Dew and Monsters.
That's right. Well, I appreciate you, Jerry.
Never had one.
And we love you. We're praying for you. And I'm just thankful for the impact that you've had on youth ministry in general, and the impact that you've had in my life. It's, I can't even describe it.
M2Y is a big part of our life.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So
grateful for it.
Many a meal together.
Oh, yeah. Well, we love you. Thanks for talking to us.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that discussion with Jerry Elder. I know we had a lot of fun talking with him, meeting with him, and asking him some really good questions. There's so much wisdom there. And, well, hopefully next week, Jeremy will be back from Disney World, and we will be able to record a new episode in the studio. Shout out to Jeremy. I hope he's on top of Everest right now, looking down on us with pity. I hope you have a great week, and we will be back in your ears next week. I hope your ministry is blessed. Thanks for joining us today in the important conversation of youth ministry. Go and follow us on Instagram and check out oksyouthministry.com for more information about our upcoming episodes. We'll be dropping a new episode every Wednesday morning, and we look forward to talking with you again next week. And hey, it's okay to be the OKS youth minister around, but let's all strive to be just a little bit better.